What's up everyone? Welcome back to the vlog. Today we're getting an early start on Friday because work called and they said, oh, we don't need you yet, you can come in later, or wait, we don't know if you're gonna come in at all, but we'll keep you updated. So I'm at home. There's a couple things I gotta get done on the Mustang to get it ready for the weekend so I can get the trans in and the engine in and the motor, all the fun stuff. We're gonna go to my local machine shop, Adams Metalizing, and get a couple things machined and fixed so they will fit. But that's the game plan. This weekend though, we're gonna get the trans bolted up, the bell housing bolted up. I talked to my engine builder and he said to make sure the pilot bearing isn't in conflict with the input shaft. So you remember last video when I was putting the engine in the Fox body, I was having a pilot bearing issue where it wouldn't seat all the way. So I talked to Eagle Forged, I talked to my engine builder, I talked to a bunch of people. I even put it on a Facebook forum, and Facebook forum, not too many people had ran into it. Eagle just said it was fine, blew me off. My engine builder said, well, it probably is fine, but if you want to be 100% sure, he's like, put some Play-Doh on the pilot bearing, stick the bell housing on, stick the transmission on, see if in the input shaft, that little step up, make sure that is not hitting the pilot bearing, because if it is hitting the pilot bearing, it's going to be forcing that, it's going to be pushing the crank into the thrust bearing and then destroy the thrust bearing, destroy everything. No. So we're gonna get some Play-Doh, we're gonna bolt that stuff up, make sure it works, and go from there. But I still need to get a slide hammer and a puller to get that first pilot bearing out so I can put my other pilot bearing in my other Ford Racing one. So that's a whole process I got to go through too. So there's a lot of stuff to do this weekend. At least we're getting an early start on Friday. Let's go to the machine shop and see what we can do. Okay, so I just got back to the machine shop and they didn't fix any of my problems, so whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the engine out, pull that old pilot bearing out, put the new pilot bearing in, and if it doesn't sit flush, I'm going to put Play-Doh on it, bolt the bell housing up, bolt the transmission up, make sure the step in the transmission isn't hitting the pilot bearing, because if it is, then it's going to wear on my thrust bearing and it'll blow up. We don't want that. Nothing is blowing up today or tomorrow or the next day. But that's the game plan for now. So we're gonna get the engine out of the car. I got Justin here, and he's flexing on everybody with the Barra he just bought. And turd. We're gonna get the engine out real quick, and then I'll update you guys.
Brakes coming.
Alright, so we got the bearing out. It kind of was a little difficult, but it wasn't too bad. So it looks pretty good in there. We might lightly sand it up like some of the guys on the Fox Body forum were saying. Just like super thin sandpaper and just see what we can do. But we're going to tap the new one in and bolt everything up and see what we're looking like. But it came out pretty easy. Just go to AutoZone and get the slide hammer. Works wonders, and it's free. But we're going to get that going, so let's see. Okay, so we got the bearing in, and it sticks out farther than the other one. That's not cool. We already got problems. We don't need more problems. So I'm going to put the silly putty on it, and then we're going to bolt up the bell housing, bolt up the trans, and see if it hits. If it doesn't hit, we're going to bolt the clutch on and go on or keep going. So silly putty time.
You're trying to get it just around here, right?
I'm going to try the bearing, too. I'm going to do all of it. You think I should do silly putty or...
The silly putty is probably easier to work with.
And then Play-Doh?
Yeah, because I have a feeling Play-Doh's just going to fall off and...
But I need a nice hole. I shouldn't...
What, do you need a hole for this?
Yeah, because that's the bearing, or the thing is going to go in there. Penetrations.
Fine, do you have get a socket that's the same size?
So if we see an imprint that's not my finger, we gotta fix something. Alright, take 4. Alright, so you can see in there that I am not near the Play-Doh at all. I actually have a ton of room, so it works out really well that it's... Oh, there it goes. It finally adjusted. But, so you see I'm not even close to the bearing and I'm away from the Play-Doh, so it's going to work really, really well. So now to take everything apart and put it back together and redo the process. So we got to make a detour because I didn't get thread lock, but we got the dowels in the flywheel. Everything looks good. And so I got the 3 dowels in the flywheel and I just gotta put it on the car. So clearances are good, so nothing's gonna break, but we are going to bolt the transmission up with the clutch and then we're gonna put it in the car to make life a little bit easier, but we're gonna make a pit stop over to the wheel bearing place and go from there. We were minding our own business, working on the car, doing, you know, car stuff, and then we caught on fire again. Why does this keep happening every day? In my other video, we had a giant fire too. At least this one's burning away from us, so that part kind of helps a little bit, but look at it!
Just out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Can you see the flames? Oh yeah, there you can kind of see the
They
flames.
responded quick though.
Yeah. Yeah, so the fire department's on it though. We're gonna get some thread lock and pretend like nothing's happening.
Nothing wrong here.
Okay, and we're back from getting Loctite from AutoZone. So we're gonna bolt up the flywheel right now, and I got pizza too, so it kind of worked out. The fire is getting better. I mean, that's always a plus, right? So you can't even almost see the smoke anymore. We're doing better. But since we're safe, it's time to work on the car again. So we're gonna get this flywheel mounted up and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so we got the flywheel on, and the flywheel only goes on one way. One of the bolts, or the bolt holes on the flywheel, will be machined off a little bit, so you'll spin it around until it lines up, and that's how you know to put your flywheel on. And so this one is going to work. I got it set up already, but we're gonna be using red Loctite on all the bolts, and we're gonna torque them down to 85 foot-pounds. So we're gonna get that done real quick. Okay, this flywheel's on. I'm gonna clean that with some brake clean real quick, and then we are going to start putting the, what's it called? We're gonna put the clutch on. So we're gonna put the clutch on. Oh, see, he's already ahead of the game. Paper towel, rag, something. Oh yeah, perfect. Alright, and so on your clutch, it'll definitely say flywheel. So this side is obviously the flywheel side. So we're going to tap this bad boy on there. Or not tap, we're just going to stick it on there. Boom. All right.
You have the pressure plate bolts?
Wow, this thing does not want to stay in.
That's what the dowels are for. Leave that in.
I know, I was just looking. Okay, so that's all good. I scuffed that up a little bit so it wouldn't hurt my clutch too much. All right. Oh, and I just, god dang, wipe my finger on it like a dork. Alright, try that again. Goodness. Don't be like me, I'm a dork. Alright. Okay. Yeah, just put this to that and see what happens.
It's going this way. Where's that hole?
It's over here. Yeah. Does that look right? Yeah, that's right. No? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the dowel, not...
Alright, so we're going to be torquing these all down to 24 foot-pounds and then calling it a day. Oh, that's it, really? That doesn't seem right. 24? That's it? Alright, so now that we got this torqued down, we got these all to 24 foot-pounds, and we did it in a cross style like you're supposed to, because we're good and we do things the right way.
False.
But so now we're gonna do the bell housing to engine, and these are all gonna be 40 foot-pounds. So we're gonna get that done real quick. It works.
Can you pull that right out?
It really works. I feel it. Oh.
Oh!
It's a fun sound. Okay. Oh, this scared the poo-poo out of me, man. Oh yeah.
Seamless, baby.
Do you remember what size this was? 16, right?
Everything's 14 to me, dude.
I know. You recommend 14 like all the time.
14.
It's a 14, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, so now that we got all these on here, I'm going to torque it to 54 foot-pounds. 55, because 54 is a stupid number. I don't know why they said 55.
I feel like that's the normal for anyone. They always take it just a little extra because they feel more secure.
I do feel secure. Okay, it's time to mate the transmission to the bell housing. So I gotta lube the shaft. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna torque the transmission to 65 foot-pounds to the bell housing. Then it goes in the car. So let's get her in there. I guess there's no time like the present, right?
We're gonna grab it up, grabbing grease.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's like,
okay. It's just slimy.
just good. Alright, so we have made it to the engine transmission installing part of the night. We're almost there. So it's going really, really good. I just gotta get that fat guy into this skinny guy, and then everything's gonna work out just fine. And now we're gonna jack this thing up and get it into the engine bay, call it a day. I'm not going to be able to talk to you all too much because my mind's going to be in a million places and I can't think straight. So Justin will talk to you. How about that? He'll tell you all the good stuff about his Barra and his billet crank and his Fox body he's going to do it in.
Very few words.
So we're going to get this thing going and stick around for the ride. Okay, so Justin took off, but we got it in the car. We did it. It was rough. I'm not gonna lie. I had to take a second thought when we had the transmission with the engine bolted up to it, and was like, this was a bad idea. It like hit my brain like, oh, we done messed up. Like, we done messed up. I was so worried that we weren't gonna be able to get it in the car, but fortunately we did, and it took some finessing, as you saw, but we were able to do it, and we got that engine in, we got the trans in, clutch is on, everything is on. We're that close. Now we're just waiting for stupid parts to show up until we can get this thing ready to rock. The other thing I didn't show is I did bolt the starter up. I just did it because it was out of the car, it looked easy, and it looked easy. That's really the reason why. So the next video of the Mustang is going to be bolting on all the accessory drive, getting all that worked out. I think the hardest thing to do next is get the timing right, or set base timing, and after that we're done. You know, it's really, that's it. That's like the hardest thing I got to do. I didn't think we were gonna get this done today. We got so much done in a day. It just goes to show how much more you can get done with help. But that is the end of the video tonight, guys. We made a ton of progress. I am extremely excited about this. 700 horsepower, here we come. So if you made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. It is extremely appreciated on this channel. If you made it this far, please leave a like. Please leave a subscribe. We're just gonna keep going more and more. We're gonna get this engine running. We're gonna get the turbo on this engine. We're gonna run 9s. We are gonna run 9s. It's gonna happen. So thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you for watching. And on that note, I will catch you guys on the next video.
Off-road pisses me off, dude. Nobody responds.
Oh, I already got some. Oh, I got Play-Doh on the shaft too.
Play-Doh lube. It's perfect. Okay. It's got sweat on it, not blood, sweat, and tears. Just Justin's sweat in it.
Sweat.
The sweat.
Good.
So sweaty.
19.
No. 14, bro. There we go, baby. There we go, baby.
Alright.
Alright.
How are you?
So I think we can go forward. Can we go forward down there? Should I go lower? I can go lower.
Now. Yeah, if you can go lower, just keep going.
I can go lower. I just want to get. Okay, that's as low as it's gonna go right there.
Okay.
I gotta push.
Okay, yeah, push. You're good.